Hello guys, good afternoon. This is Super Bebe again. Joining in for another Crimson Desert benchmark. Okay, so today we're going to try to play this over through Rog Ally, the C1 Extreme. Um, C1 Extreme, the old Rog Ally. So currently we're running on 30 watts. So let me show you the settings. I think yes. Oh, what happened? We're running 30 watts. We're using RIS, AFMF on, and then the CPU boost on. Okay, so we're using this rendering resolution. So this is a low end CPU and GPU. RIS is for super resolution, and then CPU goes on. And then we have our monitor here on the side in the under 30 watts mode. Okay, for now we're going to just run this on 30 watts mode because that's how I plan to do the test. See? So we have now Crimson Desert, and it's available over through uh, Sync. Sync. Changes from another device have not been uploaded. Okay. Okay. Because I play this on the medium settings CPU, which is the 2060 Super. So right now we're going to play this on the very low settings of a PC or handheld device. Okay. Um, Currently, we're going to check on settings. Let's see. So right now we're using the Rog Ally Extreme kind of lower down the okay. So right now we're running it on my hey, where's the external? Yeah. And then since that cannot run it on 1080p, giving me 16 by 200. But let's try 1080p then without upscaling first. VSync, yeah, we can turn the VSync on. Let's try it on Ultra. Let's see. Or cinematic first. See what will happen. With ray tracing on. Ultra cinematic ray tracing on. So the other game that I have. Complete itong controller, but right now I'm using mouse and keyboard because there's a lot of combination that has been done here, and the controller thing is kind of buggy because of the combination on the skill. But as per update, they say that you can also keybind that to your liking. But for me, since I'm just on the house, maybe if I play on the Rogala itself, then yeah, I'll play it on controller. But right now, let's try to play it on keyboards and mouse, which will be easier for me uh, to play. Okay. So currently we're getting 20 FPS on the introduction, and this is under cinematic, no rendering resolution, and this is under RIS on the Rog Ally and AFMF on Rog Ally. Let's see how the Rog Ally rendering resolution will do on the game itself. Okay, ultra cinematic. Oh. Oops, there's frame spike. You can see that. Now we're running at 18. This is just for the intro. And if you ask me, guys, this is unplayable already. With 20 FPS below or maybe 10 FPS below, that is really unplayable. But this is a solo game, right? So it's not kind of a competitive game or an open world with another player. This is more likely you're going to be versus NPC. But of course, NPC still, NPC still same time has a difficulties. So maybe you will have a problem on the movement, on the skill, on delays, So as you can see, you running resolution ultra cinematic, cinematic without DLSS, only AFMF and RIS on the Rog Ally. I seem that the game is currently stuttering right now. So let's try to turn off the RIS. Oh, okay, guys. So since this has a de novo, it is kindly safe if you wanna get something to change in the settings or maybe in your Rog Ally setting that you don't change this. It's this one. You don't change this because any changes will be detected by this tool, right? Any of this, don't change it because it will be detected by the anti-cheat of the game, the de novo, that you are trying to move some script. Okay, so right now we're doing 15 FPS in this game with the ultra. So let's try to check if we can change it. Anyways, those who doesn't have the pre-order, so when you get a pre-order, you got those skin, the deluxe edition, you'll get this weapon and armor. This is really not the you call that. This is really not just a skin; it's an armor, giving you at least more refinement. Because on the game, if you click on this one, it has no refinement. Unlike this, it has refinement, right? So you're giving it an advanced uh, stats on the game, right? Um, so if you are just only free to play, then this one will be just no refinement, and you're getting at least different -7 for the So also, if you're new to this channel, please like and share, and also please subscribe. Also watch on my Twitch because Twitch right now we have a Twitch drop that giving you armor and shield that you can use on game like this one that may have some refinement on it already. Okay. So guys, thank you, and let's go back to what we are doing. Others, let's go to the options. From your option, let's go to your settings. Then from cinematic, let's try maybe we'll start medium or let's say high. Yeah, let's jump on. Then let's turn off ray tracing maybe. And let's see what will happen. This is an 1080p custom high without any rendering resolution running at 1080p. Okay. See if there's any changes at all. So from that, it's giving us more 5 FPS. Okay. 5 FPS. This is without any movement at all. So 20 FPS is still, I can say it's not playable again, you know, using this kind of rendering resolution with a 1080p. And if we look on the one on the armor, yeah, the details is there. But of course, if you wanna play this on handheld, you wanna get at least 30 FPS for the FPS. Using it below 20, then game will not be playable. I will not play it like this with a below 20 FPS. And if you look, this is without the frame generation already. And if you look on the details of the environment, it seems that it's not that good, right? So let's try to change that. Settings again, then let's go to graphics, and from high let's go to very minimum, low. See if there's any changes. It's 30 watts already. So from 20, it's giving us at least 24, which is, I can say, maybe playable as well. Let's see. (23, 24), yeah. Quite good for AFMF with an RSI on Rog Ally under 30 watts. So game is now maybe, you know, playable. But of course you wanna get more FPS, right, when playing this game. So later we'll try to use some rendering resolution underwater. For now we're still not in that type of water. So we're gonna try to test that in water, lunar. 23 FPS still. Let's see. Now there's a water here, I think. That's your endurance, the yellow thing that circling around, that's your endurance. So with water, let's see. With water, we're still getting 23 or below 25 FPS. Environment, the sunlight, yeah. Wandering, yeah, twice night. One under very this minimum or low, yeah, this on low one. And with this movement, I think around 22. So let's go more. Let's see if something will happen. Ah, no. Okay. Okay. When you're loading game, this is what happened. At least we're getting to below 30, right? So I believe without rendering FSR, we are now getting a good one that you can play it on your maybe for Steam Deck, which can get you at least 30 FPS. Maybe if you lower down it to 900p, then we may get some more FPS. So we're back on where we start again. So since we're getting 90p, let's try to change the settings, maybe this low without any rendering resolution, and make this around 900p. Apply. Let's see if we can get more than 30. Alright, so getting 900p, and if you play this on small screen, then of course it will be much more playable. Wait, why I'm doing this settings here? Because I'm doing a, what you call that? I'm doing dual screen. Change that as well. So on this. Ah, no. No worries. Let's go back to the settings and let's turn up the basic. 100p upscaler mode is off. Then we very low graphics. Then we're just using RIS on and then AFMF off and CPU boost on. Okay, apply. See what will happen if we are getting more FPS by doing that. Still 30 watts. So right now we're getting 89. So this one is playable under 9p without any resolution. Any resolution. So we're currently about 28 FPS or 29 FPS average. So also guide, right? Since we're getting 26 under 900p, right? Without any rendering resolution. Now we're getting into the water. Water give us at least 23, right? Rendering 23. This is okay. Let control. So one they are selling us that, of course, the combo like that, control and left Sometimes it is bug. Sometimes when you hit control and you didn't get it, because control is like a block. So you need the two, that. Hold the control. That's it. Now we are going to test our graphic because it has a water and it has a moving object. So without the ray tracing, that helps a lot on your FPS. The graphic without ray tracing. Let's see what will happen. Now we're getting 15, 16, but we're getting a reflection, the light in the water, right? However, it's giving us at least 22 with the ray. The game is designed with ray tracing because that's also show here. Oh yeah, let's see. 22 ray tracing, it will giving us 22. Without ray tracing, it giving us 29. With 900p, very low resolution. So I think this guy with this type of settings. No rendering resolution, 900p, and then with ray tracing. But if you wanna get more FPS, then of course you need rendering here. So we close that. So we're on very low in our video. Let's try to change it to 1080p again, and then upscaler mode. Of course, it will be FSR 3.1. There's no XES here because the game doesn't support the XES. So we're going to use the 3.1, and then under 3.1, let's say quality. Then there's also this frame generation, which is available for FSR 3.1, right? Apply that. Let's do this with the frame generation 1080p. Then graphics, let's make it more on graphics. See what will happen. Oh, okay. So using a DLSS, then it's giving us at least up. See, it's just a frame generation, right? With and frame generation. So generation helps a lot on giving us more FPS. So also reflection. I can say that there's some delay on the movement. Nice, switch to move like that. Let's see. The rendering. You can see that there's also some rendering. Try to get or assume the car is well, it's quite of noise, but it's still present pixelization when you try to rendering. So enough of the character, because the character has these details on the armor, and it's rendering by graphics card. So when you zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, that will be the rendering. Okay, so 33, we wanted to get 60, but this, if I can say, with the move and with the Maybe if you fight on NPC, you might get lower, maybe 20, right? But right now it's currently playable on this setting. To see if I can lower that. Let me say this could be a low without retracing, and then let's say a FSR. Then let's make this balance maybe. Then frame generation, let's turn that off. We're still blocked on 30, don't know why, but we are running 1080p and we're getting 30, right? Still lock on 30. Well, the performance as well is saying you are 30, so I think that is true because we're getting 30 right now. As for your max FPS, well, let's try to play 900p. Let's see if it will do something here. 900p, apply. So this is balance AM FSR, and then with various settings. Okay, let's so it's 7 right now. Or when I click on the VRAM, so if you are going to set your VRAM to 60 byte, then there's no problem. Retain your 12 gig to your RAM, and it will have no problem. So it's still getting us +6 on this kind of setting. 36. So let's try to change it to 720p and let's see if that will change a lot. So if I place it in performance, what will happen? Let's see. Let's try performance first. It's giving us at least 39 up to 40 FPS, but the text is pixelized because it's in performance mode, so it's kind of blurry. If you look on it, texture is not that. You can see those what you call that, those leaves, they are already pixelized. So I think getting you to DLSS is not a very good idea. Put that in there, it will be running around 480p or 240 at least. See, there's already pixelization on that. So I think the best to get this is under balance. Then graphics should be in very low. Then maybe if you like 30 FPS, then yeah, 900p is okay. But let's just place this on 720p. If that one will help a lot. Okay, 720p with balance. Yeah, 40 FPS, 43. And those lip there has also pixelization. Then yeah, I think it's very probably better. Let's see if I put some frame generation here times 2. Yeah, cannot change that. Like, let's see if the fake frames will help a lot. Okay, so now it's giving us higher with the frame generation. It's at the 75 FPS. So this is DLSS performance with very low settings, and then DLSS AMD frame generation times 2. So let's see how the game flows. But using in the dark, see, kind of blurry because of that frame generation and 720p. We're getting 71, right? So let's try to place this on 900p in by 900 balance with very low battery frame generation. Okay, it's applied. See what will happen if we put that in that way. So we already achieved the 60 but without any movement. I don't know what will happen if we get to the area where there's a lot of NPC enemy, but we're getting 60 at access. 60 as well without any of the few movements like that on the wall. Let's get out, see what will happen. These are settings of 900p, balance FSR, and then frame generation on with a low graphics setting. I think I'm gonna play this in this type of settings for Rog Ally. The RAM is giving a 7.2. I adjusted the VRAM to 8 gig. That's why it's not giving us a lot of RAM under, but it's still occupied by 7.7 gigabyte RAM and then 4 gigabyte VRAM or 5 gigabyte VRAM. So I think it's okay if you place the RAM and VRAM all to 8 gigabyte. Giving us 5961.
Greymane. Greymane? Lost. Why don't we go inside?
Okay, but with this type of setting, I think, yeah, the game is beautiful. With the use of the frame generation, AMD frame generation, it's quite good now. Maybe I'll play this on the big screen on the 4K TV with this type of resolution. It will be much more good. Seeing the loading there. We call that the rope. I don't have the rope yet, so I'm just trying to run. So from looking at the falls, yeah, with the water, we're getting at least 60. So I think this is the way to run this game for Rog Ally Z1 Extreme. If you have a better one, then yeah, probably just adjust some. But for now, I'm looking on it and I'm seeing that this can be run under the settings, low settings or low preset without any ray tracing. Video will be under 900p, FSR 3.1 under balance and with frame generation on. So let's see if we turn up the frame generation. Let's see how many FPS we're getting. Big frames. Let's see. Okay, so it cuts into half. Now we're getting 35. But as I told you before, for handle, big improvements. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty good. with this one, but you can see there's some pixelization over there. Some pixelization on the pulse. Right? See, there's some square pixelization, but it's okay. So let's go back to the firm generation and let's turn that on. Yep. Maybe let's try also some ray tracing. See if it will give us more FPS. I mean, not really good looks. If this one will be running under 60 FPS with generation on and ray tracing. Yep, I think it's better. 51 with firm generation and ray tracing, you're running it on 50 FPS on a handheld device, then probably that's a good one of the lighting effect, especially when you're running it on IPS or in the OLED screen. Yeah, I think this is the better idea, better setting I can say. Low graphic settings, you can turn ray tracing on. Without ray tracing, you might get 60 above. With ray tracing, you might get 50 above. Okay, and also the upscale solution will be 900p FSR 3.1 with balance, and frame generation helps a lot. It will give you at least boost to half of your current ray tracing. Like for example, if without this, I'm getting around 33, but with this, I'm getting almost 60. Then if I turn on the frame ray tracing, it will give me at least 50. So without this, then maybe I get around 25 to 20 FPS. Okay, so yeah, I think that's already a good one. So guys, if you like the video and you have any comments, just comment below. Know what are your in Crimson Desert about big controls and other things like guides, and then the puzzle. The puzzle is the one that they're trying to, let's say, they're having difficulties because it's hard. And also the controls combined. That's why I'm using the mouse and keyboard rather than the controller, because I think that there is a problem still on the controller. It's kind of buggy. Same as well with this keyboard and mouse. For example, if I hold a combination of control and mouse click, sometimes it will not, right? Sometimes you need to, because it's like a block, and then mouse is like an attack. So if you place that two, place both, it should be the same time. For me, it's okay. I mean, problem. All shift, but you need to train yourself with that control and shift, alt and shift, because alt is something like a dodge, shift is something like a control, and control is lock. Maybe you can change that to your lighting. Maybe place it on the block or Q, or maybe RE. I don't know, guys. So let me see what you think about this game. Comment below, and if you're still not subscribed, please subscribe and like the video. Share also. That will also give me the channel a boost as well. And thank you for watching, and see you next time. Okay, bye for now.